Access to clean, safe drinking water is something we often take for granted. Yet, it's a relatively recent development in human history. Before the 20th century, waterborne diseases were a major threat to public health. The widespread construction of municipal water systems in the early 1900s marked a turning point. Copper emerged as a leading material for water pipes during this period. Its durability and resistance to corrosion made it an ideal choice for transporting water over long distances. Copper's natural antimicrobial properties were an added bonus, helping to ensure the delivery of safe, clean water to homes and businesses. For generations, copper pipes became synonymous with reliable water infrastructure. However, like any material, copper has its limitations. While it brought about a new era of public health, it also introduced potential risks that we are only beginning to fully understand. The very properties that made copper so effective, its durability and longevity, also meant that these pipes remained in use for decades, silently accumulating changes that could impact our health. Copper's antimicrobial properties are undeniable. Its ability to inhibit the growth of bacteria and other harmful microorganisms within pipes was a significant factor in reducing waterborne illnesses. This inherent characteristic of copper contributed to the success of early water systems. This natural defense mechanism, however, is not foolproof. Over time, copper pipes can corrode, especially in areas with acidic water or poor water treatment. This corrosion can lead to the leaching of copper into the water supply. While copper is an essential nutrient in trace amounts, elevated levels can pose health risks. Young children are particularly vulnerable, as excessive copper exposure can lead to developmental problems. Gastrointestinal issues are also common symptoms of copper toxicity. The long-term use of copper pipes, while initially beneficial, has brought to light the potential for unintended consequences. In the mid-20th century, fluoride was introduced to our water systems. Hailed as a major advancement, fluoride aimed to prevent tooth decay. Fluoride strengthens enamel, making it resistant to cavities. Studies showed a reduction in cavities in fluoridated communities. This led to widespread adoption across the United States. For decades, fluoride was a public health success story. Generations grew up with fluoridated water, reducing tooth decay. It was a cost-effective way to improve dental health. However, questions about long-term effects lingered. Emerging research revealed a more complicated picture. As the decades passed, some scientists and health professionals began to raise concerns about the potential for adverse effects from fluoride exposure. While fluoride in low doses strengthens teeth, some studies suggested that prolonged exposure to high levels of fluoride could lead to a range of health problems. Of particular concern were the potential neurological effects of fluoride. Some studies linked excessive fluoride intake to a decrease in cognitive function, particularly in children. While more research is needed to fully understand these findings, they raised questions about the safety of long-term fluoride exposure. Furthermore, research pointed to a possible link between fluoride exposure and thyroid dysfunction. The thyroid gland, which plays a crucial role in regulating metabolism, is sensitive to changes in fluoride levels. Studies suggested that elevated fluoride levels could interfere with thyroid hormone production, potentially leading to hypothyroidism. The debate surrounding fluoride safety is complex and often emotionally charged. The scientific community continues to investigate the potential long-term effects of fluoride exposure, and findings are often subject to interpretation. The Environmental Protection Agency, the federal agency responsible for setting safe drinking water standards, maintains that fluoride at recommended levels is safe and effective in preventing tooth decay. The EPA has set a maximum contaminant level goal for fluoride in drinking water at 4 milligrams per liter, and a regulatory limit of 2 milligrams per liter. However, even the EPA acknowledges that fluoride at levels higher than those recommended can pose health risks, particularly to children. The agency emphasizes the importance of monitoring fluoride levels in drinking water and taking steps to reduce exposure if levels are elevated. Numerous peer-reviewed studies have investigated the potential health effects of fluoride. Some studies have reported adverse effects, while others have found no significant association between fluoride exposure and negative health outcomes. This discrepancy in findings highlights the need for continued research in this area. Be proactive about your health by understanding the potential risks in your water supply. Assess your water quality and consider filtration options to reduce exposure to contaminants. Determine the fluoride level in your tap water. Request a water quality report from your local utility or use a home testing kit. Consider installing a water filter if needed. Various filters remove specific contaminants. Reverse osmosis is effective for fluoride. Make informed decisions to safeguard your health and your family's.